have come to the very doorstep of Mordor to challenge the Dark Lord Sauron. There can be no turning back now.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Complete Pineleaf. And for once, the spurious restricted area message makes a little bit of sense because, let's face it, what could be more of a restricted area than the Black Gate, right, Aragorn? All is still and silent, but I don't trust this emptiness. Do not be fooled by the quiet. There are eyes upon us, though we see them not. Let's ride nearer, and I'll call for Sauron's surrender. Yeah, good luck on getting Sauron to surrender. We have got to see this. Oh well. I better mount up. We go to treat with Mordor. How are we going to treat them? I have asked all of you to accompany me, so every land that opposes Sauron will be represented. It is time. Alright, it is time for us to find out what Sauron thinks about all of this. Is he gonna take the bait? This is far enough. Unfurl the banner! Let them see with whom they are dealing! Oh, there it is. Hearken to me! Gondor has come to the border with your just grievances and fair demands. Send forth the Lord of the Black Land. Wrongfully has he made war upon Gondor and taken its lands. Let him come forth to answer these crimes. Why isn't anything happening? Stay behind, Master Halfling. As the King of Gondor, I demand that Sauron come forth and atone for his evils. He's putting on quite a show there to pretend he's got the ring. Well, is that the Dark Lord? No. Sauron will not leave his lands until his victory is assured. He sends a servant to us, a messenger only. Indeed, but we would be wise not to underestimate this messenger. He must be deep in the enemy's councils to be here. I am the mouth of Sauron, and I speak for he who resides in the Dark Tower. I see none whom have authority to treat with me. Certainly not thou. I am not be touched. I am protected as a herald. You have nothing to fear from us, messenger, until your errand is done. But if your master does not repent of his evil, you will be imperiled indeed. We are surprised to see thee with this rabble, old greybeard. Dost thou not sense others to their doom, hatching thy plots from a safe distance? I have tokens I was bidden to show thee, if thou shouldst dare to come. Tokens. Alright, what is that? A sword? Alright. A cloak? Alright? A sword and a cloak. And alright. Quiet, Peregrine. Pineleaf, see to him and tell him to hold his tongue. Well, I don't know. Do you have any fingers to hold your tongue with? Pineleaf, surely you must recognize these items. That's Frodo's mail shirt. The one he had from Bilbo. The grey cloak has an elvish brooch pinned to it, like the one I had from Lorien. And that's Sam's sword, or I'm a buffin. How did this terrible messenger come to have these items, Pineleaf? What happened to Frodo and Sam? Shh. Shh. You have another of those imps with you. I do not know what use you find in them. Sending them as spies into Mordor is foolish, even for you. But this imp does me a service, and I thank him for it. You cannot deny these tokens now, for he plainly has seen them before. I do not deny them. I know all their history, which you do not. But why bring them here? Coat of the dwarves, cloak of the elves, blade of the fallen west, and spy from the Shire home to rats. Aye, we know of it. He who bore these tokens might be dear to you, and he might not. But if you would grieve to lose him, I advise you to think most carefully. Sauron bears no love for spies. His fate will depend on your choice. Good. I can see he was dear to you. Or maybe his errand was one you did not want to fail? It has. Now your little spy will suffer the worst torments the Dark Tower can devise. You will never see him again, or perhaps he will be released when he's broken. And he will come to you thus changed, and you will see what you have done. This is what will be, unless you accept my lord's terms. Name the terms. Gondor's rabble will withdraw beyond the river Anduin. They will take oaths to never again assail Sauron the Great or his subjects. All the lands east of the Anduin will be Sauron's in perpetuity. Lands west of the Anduin will be subordinate to his will. The men of those lands will arrange their own affairs, but bear no weapons. They will help to rebuild Isengard, and Sauron's lieutenant will dwell within. He shall rule over the remains of the West. Nay, not Saruman. He speaks of himself. This is much to exchange for the delivery of one prisoner. Has Sauron's defeat on the fields of the battle so demoralized him that now he must haggle? Where is this prisoner? Deliver him to us, and we will consider Sauron's terms. Insolence! You are in no position to make demands of Sauron. These are the terms. You will take them, or you will leave them. Pineleaf, I would speak with you. Alright? What is it? Steel your heart for the trials ahead, Pineleaf. That Sauron has either Frodo or Samwise in captivity seems to be certain, but you must have noticed, as I have, that this messenger speaks only of one prisoner, not of two. And yet, those items are unmistakable, and we're in the possession of both our hobbits. I don't want this vile messenger to keep them, so I will distract him, Pineleaf, and I want you to retrieve these items in memory of our friends. Now! Boy, you gave me a little time there. Distraction. As I pick these up, well mounted! We take these items in memory of our friend. As for your terms, consider them utterly rejected. We did not come here to waste words with Sauron or with his slaves. Your protection as herald is near its end, and death is close at hand for you. Now, be gone! Be gone! Run away! Run away! Run away! Of course, there could be consequences to this. Just saying. Well spoken, my friend. Now we'll see what answer Sauron will make. I suspect it involves opening up a gate. I must admit, that was a pretty big army, and unfortunately, that army is now surrounding us. This looks a bit desperate, Aragorn.
The quest of the ring has failed, but we must not give in to despair.
Do not give up hope, Pineleaf. We must stand as tall as we may, or Frodo and Sam will have gone to their doom for nothing. I will not allow this to be. While the quest of the ring has failed, we must not give in to despair, or we betray the men who fight alongside of us. This day is dark. Well, based on what I see around us, I think it's as literal as it is figurative. Let our blades and our hearts oppose the evils that would forever silence them, and avenge our friends upon these foes. Alright, how shall we avenge them?
This is where we will make our stand.
Yes, the Black Gate has opened, and the armies of Mordor stream forth from Sauron's lands, seeking to put an end to those of us who vex him still. This is where we will make our stand. Sauron's warriors have formed a ring around the Slag Hills, Pineleaf. Fight them as they approach, and keep them from advancing. Stand with our friends and allies, and aid them as you can. We must hold out for as long as we are able. Alright. So we need to kill a couple of these here, and then I presume we'll be doing something after that. Right? Hi there. I have been asked to kill you. You are my first orc to be killed during this quest. How do you like that? I'm sure you are honored by having that distinction. But I should share this honor with some other orcs, because we certainly can't have it as a singular honor. That would give too much honor to a particular orc, right? Right! Many shall have the honor of falling to the spear of Pineleaf, and we'll see how long it takes them to get back on that, right? That's right. Many an orc shall be ready to be avenged by the time I fall. Alright, now that that's done, I think we have a little bit further to go. Let's... Oops. Oh, hello. There's some Uruks here also. I need to speak with Daravoon on the eastern side because I chose poorly in heading straight to the western side, apparently. Alright, back down along this way, and probably fighting my way through a massive number of orcs as I get to the other side. Ah, there's Daravoon right over here. For Elessar, for Gondor, for the north!
A palpable hit, and another.
Is this to be our last battle, Pineleaf? My heart tells me that this is so, and though it be a sorrowful thing, I will be glad to see the end of wartime, and to have some rest. Oh, a powerful hit, and another! I find no joy in battle, my friend, but I find that I am uncommonly good at it, truly. I will use that skill to defend the men at my side, until the last breath is stolen away by some unlucky stroke. Fight onward, Pineleaf! Make our foes pay for what evils they have done, and hope will still to do. Alright, fine. I need to kill more foes! Yeah. Oh. Who's the honor for this one? I was going to have some lowly orc be the first to die for this particular quest, but it looks like you have volunteered yourself for the task. Thank you! It saved me the trouble of finding the first orc to kill. Oh, actually, this is an Uruk. Alright, I can't tell an orc from an Uruk from a distance. All I know is a foe. It's working for Sauron. It's real nasty. And they're trying to kill my friends. I think that's enough to know, right? Oh. And they're particularly vulnerable for being poked with spears. Ah! Now let's see how Lothrindir is doing. After all that work from Forhill, we will stand tall, for we stand on the side of right! So we'll stay on the right side.
Stand fast!
Stand fast! They seek to cow us with their numbers, but each of us is worth a dozen of their mindless thralls. Too bad that there are 24 of each of them for us. My limbs are heavy, and my breath is short, Pineleaf, but I will do what I can to support Aragorn and my kinsmen. Fight on! Fight on! Ologs. Oh. Well then, we'll take care of Ologs. And do what we can. Mighty Ologs. Stride forth, bellowing with rage. Well, I'll give them something to rage about. Hey, yeah, he's raging. Alright. And another Uruk just to... just for good measure, right? Do. There you go. Well, this has been quite a battle here so far. Will we be able to get through it? And how is Gimli doing? Yeah, we'll find that out in the next episode of The Complete Pineleaf.